Well, it's an absolutely perfect morning and we've come somewhere a little bit different. Hooray! This is lovely. I came here the other day but they were spraying it so I couldn't get on it, annoyingly. The ground's a bit harder than it has been. It's been quite soft recently and therefore it couldn't be better. I'm really looking forward to it. This is predominantly Roman, but one of my first signals, and I can't believe this. I was not expecting this. I'm really excited. It gave quite a punchy... Well, in the ground it sounded punchier and scratchier. Now, I've found very few of these. I'm absolutely thrilled. If I can relocate it. I dug it up like that. And I thought, it's a sort of screw or something. It's not. It's a seal matrix and it's absolutely minute. I found a couple of these, but not this size. They're much bigger. I think they're called chess piece or something to do with that because of the fact that they do look like a sort of gaming piece like that. I haven't even checked to see what the thing is on it. It's very sandy, this soil. It keeps things in good condition, but it's also quite gritty. So I don't want to rub things too much now. But I'm really excited about that. First signal, first decent signal. I've only been here about 10 minutes. I mean, wow. You couldn't ask for a better start. And I can't wait to get it back. Look, we'll whiz back to headquarters quickly because I will have cleaned this up by then, obviously. And we'll have a quick look. But God, I mean, I could go home now. Happy. Hi there, welcome to headquarters. We've come here quite quickly this time, but I think it might be worth it. And I'm absolutely over the moon with this tiny little seal matrix I found. We're going to have a quick look at it. I've actually got some sealing wax anyway for exactly this purpose, because it also gives me the chance to show off the two that I've found previously. And I've only found two, but you can see what I mean about how small this one is compared to the other two. Look, I've got the 3 bears now. I didn't actually realise that one was quite little, but that one I thought was normal sort of size. Anyway, a bit of a clumsy setup at the moment because I want to record it. But I know what this says now. I think I'm right in saying they're sort of 14th century, perhaps a little earlier, perhaps a little later. And presumably, with the hole, you would have worn them around your neck or whatever, so if you... easy sealing as and when you wanted to. Funnily enough, I'm convinced with this little one I've just found that the original material, whatever the cord or whatever used to tie it around the neck or whatever, was still there. It was a very tough piece of... It wasn't dirt anyway, put it that way, and I'm sure it was part of the string or whatever, the rope or whatever, that would have held it. Anyway, right, now, I can't quite remember how we do this. I think this lights itself like that. I've got the health and safety officer standing behind me just in case anything. Now, I'm probably going to be told by all of you that this is the wrong way to do it, but I don't know any different. I don't sign my letters off with sealing wax and a bit there. Hope it stays warm enough. Right, I think that's probably enough. Here's my little thing. It's got a bird on it, and I know what it says because I put it on the detecting hub to show it off, and the warlocks just went and ID'd it for me anyway. But I wanted it to be a live reveal on this. Right, no wax on that, which is good. And it's made rather a beautiful imprint. I think what we'll do very quickly while we're here, let's do the other two too. It says, "Believe in me," with a little bird in the middle. The first one I found we'll do next. This one is rather lovely. It's a 4-leaf clover. Can't remember what it says. "I'm devoted to you," or something like that. I mean, such personal things. It really does make you think of the last person to use one of these until it's found again by you in the middle of a field somewhere. Let's take that one off. Oh, lovely. And the sealing wax is really doing its job. So, the one I've just found, Believe in Me with a Bird, absolutely charming in perfect condition. This one's the four-leaf clover, Devoted to You, whatever it is. And then this one has a castle or a tower on it. And I think I'm right in thinking that the writing, the legend, is something to do with the keeper of the castle. And it would have been the gatekeeper or whatever, whoever it was, would have signed off like that. Anyhow, here we are. Three seals. Such absolutely charming things to find. I feel really, really lucky to have found three. I mean, I haven't found one in ages until the other day. I mean, these are pride of place in my collection. Right, back to the fields. Well, I've walked all the way up and down this field without finding anything till I came back to almost exactly the same spot as I found the seal matrix, and I found a lovely little cut half in really lovely condition. Now, I thought it was a voided short cross. I'm not so sure now. I think it might be earlier than that, and that looks early to me. I don't quite know what's going on in it, but that to me doesn't look like the end of a short cross. It looks like something else. Well, it probably is a short cross because it's more likely to be one rather than something earlier, but still, brilliant. Cool. Lovely start to my morning. Hi, welcome back again rather quickly. But this is well worth looking at because it's Saxon. I thought it was a short cross. It has that short cross design. In fact, technically it is a short cross. It's just not a short cross that we are more familiar with, or rather I'm more familiar with, which is the voided short cross of Henry, John and Richard. So that's Henry II and his sons John and Richard. So you're talking about the 12th century. I think so, late 12th century, early 13th century. This belongs to Canute, the famous King Canute. When I was looking at it originally, I thought it was Arthur Canute, which is his son, because the coins are really quite similar. Arthur Canute, 1035 to 1042. There's a short cross of his with a very similar profiled face on the obverse. The difference is, which I noted fairly quickly, was that the sceptre that Arthur has got is actually very different to the one of his father Canute. Canute was king from 1016 to 1035. Arthur Canute was the only legitimate son of Canute, and his legitimate heir. There was all sorts of fighting going on with his half brother Harold, and I think his other. After that, Edward the Confessor came next. But anyway, it is in absolutely perfect condition. It's obviously cut on purpose. It's a cut half to make a halfpenny. I don't know if that's what they called them in those days, but anyway, I'm sure that's right. And it's just a particularly beautiful little coin. I mean, I'm absolutely thrilled. I find very few Saxon coins, and they are really, really special. And actually, not as hard to identify in many ways as the later ones. Presumably there weren't so many of them, but I got to the bottom of this one fairly quickly. It's a great book, this, Spink. You don't have to buy the latest edition. You can go back decades if you want, if you're not particularly interested in the up-to-date prices. The coins remain the same, and it's pretty much got everything. It's pretty rubbish for Roman, and I'm not sure what it's like for Celtic. But not bad. But anything after that, your quid's in. Anyway, I'm absolutely thrilled. Find of the day. And let's go back to the fields again. I almost forgot the dog. It might have been my first video for a long time without showing you tasks. We've been out a lot recently because I've got a new thing going on at the moment, and I've kept it quite quiet before I've done a few. But I'm actually coaching, tutoring, teaching Deus Lite at the moment to people. And he comes with me on those because I can keep a vague eye on him. I can have him on a bit of a lead while I'm listening in on whoever I'm helping for the day. So he's had a lot of fun. It means I'm out a bit less myself, actually finding nice things and doing the rest of it. But yeah, so that's been really good fun. And he's really well and getting better, even though he's still very young. Anyway, I just say that very quickly and show you him. Back to the fields. It was so cold when I was last here. I got snowed off. Absolutely bitter. Now it's warm and calm. There's not a breath of wind in the air. Done all right since I last saw you. I found some quite nice things. I think that's a dress hook or some sort of clothes hook. I'm getting interference from this bloody electric fence here, which means I can't really get into the area I really want to do. It's just too mad. I haven't done a video here for a long time apart from when I got snowed off, and it's always been bad, the electric fence here. A couple of Roman coins, nothing massively great to write home about. I haven't even looked at them very closely yet. There's not much on that. There's not much on that. I think that might be barbarous. Find quite a few barbarous ones here. That one's quite nice. It looks to be a radiate of sorts. I should be able to get something off that. I don't want to overdo it here, rubbing it away with the sand, because it'll just scratch it. Now, I think that's part of a really lovely brooch of sorts. I've never found one like this before, so I'm not sure. It's got a sort of axe head on it. I can't think what else that would be. And a couple of very nice bronzy, well look, that's definitely a broachy type end as well. Bronze blob, lead blob, another Roman coin, so 4 Roman coins in all. Not particularly mega ones, and bits of brooches and sorts. So I mean, that's not bad. I'm pleased with that. I'll leave them down there for a second. And I've got a really thumping signal here. Now the thumping signals here aren't, they've been trashy so far. You can probably start hearing the interference. It's not even that bad here, it's over there. Now I think that's too ballsy. That's going to be can, but we'll just have a quick look just in case. Ooh, it's getting worse, it's getting louder. Well, it's not at all. Gosh, I didn't expect that. It's a bit of copper. I don't know if it's old or not. I shouldn't think particularly, but God, it's more than I thought it was going to be. Make sure there's nothing else in there. I get these onions back in nice and carefully. Since I saw what happens to the onions, I'm not nearly so careful about them anymore. I've just seen the farmer and I've just discussed it with him. The amount of onions that are left over after the harvest, I mean the whole place, tons and tons and tons. So it really doesn't, I'm not getting too upset. I used to put them all back in nice and sort of upright, but I don't think it's really that important anymore. Someone's going to get cross with me for saying that, but anyway. Well, I'm really just seeing what the zoom of this camera can do. Look at that. Lovely little hair. And I'll show you how far away he is. Well, that's not bad, is it?
This could be quite nice. It looks coin shaped, but it's got something sticking out there. I don't know what that is. I think it's got some design on it. No idea. But is that... Yeah, it has got something on it there around the side. Gosh, that's old. I don't know what that is. It looks definitely to have some sort of markings round the edges of it. I really like it. Looks jolly old. But God knows what it is, what it's part of. That has to be a coin. That just here, that has to be a coin. No, it's a little bronze blob. And it could be part of a brooch, could be part of a buckle, could be just a bit of waste. But a fantastic sign. Don't mind finding bits like that. It could even be part of something more ornate, who knows? But that's Roman, I'm sure of it. Can't really be anything else, I wouldn't have thought. I love being back on this field. Nice, easy digging again. None of your horrible pasture. I think that's probably rubbish. It's too loud and dingy. Well, I think it's round-ish. Well, it's bronzy. Now, I first thought that's got to be a modern part of farm machinery. It looks like something that that goes on the end of something, but I'm not so sure. It certainly looks to have some sort of design on it. Quite unusual. I mean, I haven't a clue what it is. But there, like that, it looks horrible and stalky. But then it's definitely got something on that side. It's like a horse or something, or giraffe. It's not, I'm sure. How odd. I suspect some of you may know exactly what that is, but not me. I don't have my girly spritzer with me. I'm afraid I don't carry them. But so I can't clean that up now. I don't want to scratch it too much. I've no idea. Looks modern until you look at the end bit. Gosh, the size of some of the coins coming out here today. Absolutely minute, and listen to the sound they make. This machine really does pick them up. Tiny little thing. Well, I've just found a really nice one. Nice and big. Now, I think that's someone like Posthumous. Ooh, that'll come out really nicely. Hooray! Found some. Oh, look at that. Lovely, lovely reverse as well. Quite an early one, that, I think. Or rather earlier than the House of Constantine ones we usually find here. So I'm really pleased with that. That's a lovely coin. I'm a bit coined out. I found a lot today. They're all fairly grotty, and there's horrible flying ants everywhere. That's got to be another one, hasn't it? Sounding like that. I've disturbed it. If anyone knows why we sometimes lose it with the dares, please tell me. Well, it's another little coin. And that's got some detail on it as well. Now that I think might be Constantine again. That's not a bad one either. I think that is, well, I'm not sure, but it will clean up that, I think. Well, that's a nice touch and very unexpected, especially in this Roman section. It's another little hammered coin. Well, I say little. Gosh, this is another short cross, another whole short cross. That's the third one I've found in as many weeks, and I've probably found 3 whole ones in my whole life up to then. Gosh, it's got some age, this place. That's lovely. Okay, so the same old Henricus Rex, because Richard and John, who came after him, his sons, both had Henricus on theirs. So it could be a John or a Richard, but I won't know until I put it on the detectinghub.co.uk, where the resident warlocks, and one in particular, will definitely tell me which one that is. They are pretty hard to distinguish if you don't know. But God, what a treat! What a treat amongst all those Romans! Hooray! Well, I think I might end on this. It's been such a nice day. Little and close to the surface. Another really spoiling day, and it's warm. Summer's here. Well, it's a tiny little Roman minim. I thought that was small. I didn't realise it was going to be quite that small. But anyway, a nice one to end on. Tiny thing. Gosh. I mean, that's the Deus Forte, isn't it? That really is. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.